name is Tom. I would like to welcome y'all to Caliber 50 Customs. This is the gun range. Obviously, if you've been to a gun range, you know looks nothing like one. But to keep with the Caliber 50 Customs theme, that's what I decided to call it. I'll hear stuff from, Dicast Graveyard, Outlaw Speed Shop. Those guys, they have their own little names for certain things. So as we go through the video, you'll hear me say my names for specific items. Today, on the first episode, we're going to do a Gaslands build. Mad Max, Gaslands, whichever one you want to call it. As you know, I've done an 8 crate. Seen on YouTube or Instagram, you've seen it probably on my Facebook, But me and Kristen, he's from New Zealand, are doing a build off. He is first and 64th Customs, is what he goes by. So I'm still waiting to see what he comes up with. So what I'm gonna do to go along with my 8 crate, I am doing a Gaslands motorcycle. This is something I could see rolling through Gaslands with some weapons on it, the whole 9 yards. I think this is gonna be pretty cool when it turns out. See, I've already done the drilling and tapping, as you can see. Took care of the boring stuff first. I'm real big about motorcycles, as you see here. A little detailing here and there. But, trust me, if it was a real bike, I'd ride it. I go from dioramas, anything. I'm going to be building a Gaslands diorama eventually. But, back to the motorcycle. I've got a little bit of variety of parts and weapons laid out. Kind of up in the air what I'm going to pick. I may or may not use some of them, but there's only one way to find out. So, let's get to work. Alright, well, I already knocked out, taking the post out, or the little axles from the motorcycle. Just real easy, just take a little punch or, smaller screwdriver and just push it through. That's it. So, I'm going to go ahead and take the screws out. Obviously, I took the tires off before everything else. So, but, okay, easy said than done. Now I got these little pieces. I'm going to clean these up real nice and good. And I'm going to drop this tank and everything into the gun oil. And what I mean by gun oil, citrus strip. Yep. I'm going to put it in there and keep it in there for a few. And then we'll check back on that later. Can't really do anything with that until all the paint's off. Now, what I'm going to end up doing, probably going to be cutting the exhaust off, and the only thing that's going to be left is this little piece of the engine. All this is going to be gone. This is going to be gone. Probably going to be doing some modifications to the front here. Just kind of putting it through, get a little brush guard maybe. I don't know. I have to see what happens when it comes up to it. So, we're going to wait for the stripper. Now, as you see here, I drew a shot of a very small blade. Got this from Dicast Graveyard's link on Amazon. If you ever watch his videos, make sure you check in his description because it shows a link to his Amazon page. Yeah, it's going to take a while, so I'm probably going to end up speeding this up. Alright, now, that took me a little bit, but it was pretty boring. As you can see, got it cut off. All you see is this little bitty engine. All I gotta do is file some of it down, smooth it out, and then start working on the body. Once it's done with those citrus strips, once it's done out of the gun oil, I'll be alright. Until then, we're gonna kind of do some mock-up. trying to figure out where things are going to go, what I plan on doing, just seeing what I can come up with. And the one thing about me is I'm always winging my designs. I just kind of start working on them and it just falls into place. I don't really have a specific guideline or anything that I go to, or I don't just be like, you know what, I'm gonna build this, and this, and this, and this for this bike, or this, and this. I'm gonna put this engine, so I gotta do this and that. You know, I get some of my 3D printed parts from Grizz over there, Bearcat 3D Designs, quality work, great cop quality, parts. I order like skulls and stuff like that from, Citadel skulls from Amazon. eBay. I get parts from there. I got custom decals from Flying Valiant Builds. Best guy to get decals from, honestly, I believe. I got custom shop decals and all for a good price too. Great quality decals, which some of the decals I'm going to be using because going with the caliber 50 theme, I have bullet holes. So I'm going to be putting bullet holes along with my Gasland build. So that should be interesting. As you can see, this is only one of 3 sheets that I have for my custom decals. And the original designer of my decals, unfortunately, he's no longer with us. Kenny Terry. He designed my logo. My first logo, he designed these. So, this kind of is a tribute build, I believe, to him, I guess, because I'm not going to be using these decals in the build except for the bullet holes. But I just wanted to give, my respect. But as you see here, pretty much don't need this, but I may need it for another build later on. So I'll just toss that to the side. Standard base, front end, which I'll end up cleaning up a little bit more. And take this little scratch bite and just kind of smooth it out. I'm not really even sure if what I have planned is going to work. And that's why I say I wing it, because I don't always plan out what I'm going to do. Most of the time I just, it comes together. With a couple of my other builds that you've probably seen on Instagram and Facebook, it's how I do things. Now, all right, as you see here, I got these tires. These came from a big time muscle. Not for sure which one, because I got pretty much 7 of them, but they're all different types. But it fits perfectly for what I need to do for the back tires. Yeah, it's gonna be a trike. Check that out. That's just cool. Put this on there. It just gives it that mean stance. It really does. And usually the first step when you're doing a Gasland build, for me, is mocking up. As Keith from Outlaw Speech Shop says, he'll just mock it up. That's the same way with me. Is I will mock things, mock my builds up, remock them, check them out, see how it flows. If it don't flow, I'll redo it. And before I make anything permanent, that's how I do it. That's what I'll do. You know, you see what I'm doing. I'm just mocking on how the engine gonna go, and I'm probably gonna use some styrene, which I got all kinds of scrap styrene. Put probably some exhaust coming out the back, maybe. I got already set of handlebars I made from the paperclip, so I already know where that's gonna go. That's gonna go right about here. So, trusty super glue. Gorilla Glue, honestly, I've never had issues with Gorilla Glue. When it sticks, it sticks. And honestly, if you ask me, it's probably the best glue I've used, to be honest. What I might end up doing is going to go ahead and get a file all that down smooth. So when I put my handlebars on there, they'll fit nice and even. I'll probably just use probably the round file, so it gets a little bit of a groove in there, so I can. Okay, so got rid of some of the boring, cutting and all that stuff. Making some little ammo belts and stuff like that. Still debating whether I'm wanting to go with the Gatling guns or the little bitty guns. Still debating which ones I want to do. So those are put on the back burner for right now. Let me show you what I got here. As you can see, it's a trike. Luckily enough, I had a perfectly spaced wheelbase. Put the front one on. It actually looks pretty neat. Put some braces for the back of it. As of right now, I can put it on there and it'll sit. It'll sit on there. Honestly, it's starting to look pretty good. I'm gonna sand these down, smooth them out. I'm gonna put some different stuff on it. It's pretty much gonna be covered. I did it this way, just temporarily see how it was gonna mount. I'm gonna put something down here so when I can take it on and off, I'm not gonna have to worry about trying to get the tires off and everything's still glued in. So everything's not getting glued until the final assembly. It looks so far it's coming the way I want. I still gotta do a few things with the engine, like do some exhaust, probably running out the back, maybe. Probably have them on the inside of here of the wheel well. Run them along there, so underneath the tire. Have them coming out the back. But as of right now, that's what I got going on. I'm not going to worry about paint or anything until I get a little more done with the base. As you can see, it fits on there. And I know gasoline cars are not supposed to roll, but this does. This will roll. But once everything is actually secured, it'll be a lot better, I believe. But for now, okay, everyone, I did a little bit of modifying and everything off cameras because I don't want the video to be too long and I don't want it to be too short. So I'm gonna bring you up to speed on what I've already done, and I'll probably be doing a lot of stuff off camera because of I don't know if there's have these videos under or most of the videos I've seen are under 30 minutes. So but last time I checked my video, including the intro, was about 16 minutes total, but that's what I'm getting so far. I'm gonna modify the back up a little bit. Got the exhaust coming out the back, like I was saying. I'm gonna build this rear end up a little bit and then put some guns on the front, one or two, I don't know yet. Do some stuff on the back, and then she'll be ready to wrap up for paint. So, get that sanded down a little bit later. But for now, I'm gonna kind of show you what I guys plan on doing. I'm gonna put a little seat back here. There's gonna be a little gunner that's gonna sit on the back of the bike. Once it's together, I have to modify the seat a little bit to where it sits up at an angle. I also have a little gun mount ready and everything. It's going to be like right there. So he's got rear security. I'm going to build a little brace or a little platform it's going to sit on, along with a little bit of maybe a cage to go back there. Like I said, it's still in the works. I got a few things that I'm going to be doing off camera just to see if it'll work, and so it don't take up a lot of time. So we'll be right back. Okay, y'all, remember what we started with before? Just basic motorcycle, and here is the next. All right, everybody, here she is, a Gasland's Mad Max motorcycle. I think she turned out excellent. Feel free, if you like it, hit the like button, subscribe if you want to see more, because I got an idea coming up and I'll figure it out. But I want to do a watcher's choice, which I have 3 vehicles and you'll have 3 choices. Whichever one wins, that's the next video I'm going to do. Here's the choices I have. Got the old Woody, 40s Woody. Don't say that. I got the 33 Plymouth police car. And then I have a 65 Impala lowrider. Now, the choices are show car, rat rod, or Gaslands. You take your pick.